And we're back here, Gfinity, baby.
Yes.
You know, we had a little bit of a rough start this morning, but we are operating like a well-lubricated machine here. We've got Optic Gaming against the Prophecy boys. They traveled to Anaheim. They didn't do as well as they wanted to there. They're hoping they can do better here, and this is going to be a great matchup between these two squads.
It most certainly is.
Look, they messed us up again.
Oh, look. Wow. It'll be okay. We just switched that around. Obviously, we're going to jump in board on this game.
Yeah, boys!
But here we go. We're actually going to get on board with Scump right now as he jumps straight in and gets taken right down by Swanee.
And Scumpinator, let's see what he's able to do. He's got quite the name that he's decided to wear here. And actually, it was Nadeshot that was not able to move his name out. So don't worry, Sotero's not playing. That is indeed Nadeshot. So we're going to jump on with Excellence from Prophecy, as Excellence was able to be first movers into this Hardpoint. They take it, and nice pick up there, taking out Scump and just getting some good points here. I will tell you, Optic Gaming is not very strong on Hardpoint Yemen, so we'll see how they're able to play here, but Big Timer picked up a two-piece. However, it is Prophecy that had a strong start.
It really is, and people have said that Optic may not have had the practice they're normally used to getting racing, so they're,
I'm not buying that.
You're not buying that?
No, because look, they moved in together. They still play GBs all the time, the road to 100. I really don't like that that's been an excuse that's been brought up frequently. They played really well in Anaheim. They finished third.
Yep.
They got time to scrimmage in between now and then, just as much time as other teams have. And look, at the end of the day, if you're not scrimming or you're not playing, that's a you problem, right?
Yeah.
They've been in that house now for 3 weeks. There's no excuse, and they've been playing GBs. They've been scrimming off stream. So I heard that too. It's just kind of a little frustrating.
It's been going around.
It seems just more like an excuse.
Yeah, well, this is the other thing I said. You've now got a gaming house. How perfect is the practice
no
you're going to get
Call
from
of Duty team has
exactly
an advantage like that. Envy does to some capacity, but not all 4 players are there. They're the only Call of Duty team that has all 4 members.
Walk down the hall, get him out of bed, say, come on, we can practice now. Just throw him in front of the monitor. So we'll see how it goes. But at the moment, Big Timer on a 3 streak. They try to hold this hill down, but Excellence clears it out, and it looks like Prophecy can gain hill control again. They are now behind 26 points, and it does look like they're now trying to rotate round as Prophecy try to break into the next one.
All right, here, so we're going to just stay. Let's actually go over to Jake. Jake does have control of the hard point here, and again, they did have a strong start. Optic was able to do well in the last hard point here, so it's a little bit for the Prophecy squad to come back here as, it seems like Optic's got things going for him now. Let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick. And Excellence, he did have a great start. 11-5 there. Gunshi a little bit slower to get things going here as now Prophecy has taken this hard point.
Yeah, Excellence on a 6 streak at the moment. This guy is blowing up. And it does seem like Prophecy might actually take the lead back here if they can hold on to this hard point for a little longer. But Excellence goes down finally. Jake picks up the kill, and it does seem like they're just holding on as Big Timer takes down Jake, and they're breaking in now. Optic fighting for every meter of ground.
Excellence, man, is just tearing everything up. 13-6. You'd have to notice how well he's doing here, no doubt about it. Switching over to Swanee, I think I gave him a curse there. But Jake, he does have his Hellstorm missile. That's going to be beneficial. He takes out Scump and is going to hide back in here. Where Hardpoint usually is tough on Church Hardpoint is because of the shotguns, and we're not playing with shotguns in here. So this Hardpoint is going to be very interesting, and it's going to have to go down to SMG gunplay to actually hold it down.
Yeah, most certainly is now on board with Gunchi, trying to run that and hold down the hop-up for his team, and he is doing quite well. Prophecy now coming back into this. They are still behind at the moment as Optic actually have control of the chip. Prophecy take the better spawn now, and they're going to try and get some points back on this desperately. 45 left to go in this hard point.
I like where Gunshi's set up here. This is a good setup because he does have Jake that's actually holding the hard point in. It's going to give him some window coverage, so they have both angles covered. Jake and Swanee both pick up kills, and Jake takes out Big Timer. 3 down for Optic as it is contested, and that was Scump. He gets knocked out, so back and forth, and this is huge. Prophecy really putting points on the board that they need, and Jake, he does have his Hellstorm, and I believe this is a streak. He already got that from a previous one. So he was working on getting again, finally gets taken out there, but Prophecy doing really well with that hard point.
Jake, known as one of the best SMGs in Europe. Sometimes he's been accused of not playing the objective as much as he could do, but the man, can that guy slay?
Yeah, and if that's the case, that happens with Slayers where they just get in the zone and they don't follow the objective. Put him in an anchor role, let him slay, and get the other 3 guys to focus more on the objective. Let Jake loose. He's a young gun, clearly very talented. You've got a squad of veterans that can be more conscious about the objective. So it's it's good to see him just going out there and loading the gun.
There we go, there. Jake actually getting taken down once again. Prophecy have actually taken the lead back off of Optic right now, but it does seem like Optic having good momentum. Look at that, Merc and Scump, both on 3 kills. Incoming Hellstorm from Jake, only picking up Big Timer. Scump in a good position, but Gunchy in a better one, and it does seem like Prof might try and get control back here, but no, they're held off by Optic.
And we are going to stick on board with Scump here. Trying to pick up kill, does on Jake, and they are holding down the Hardpoint, taking back the lead from Prophecy. The Optic squad moving together as one unit here. Finally, Scump stopped short. Big Timer's got 2 consecutive kills. Using the Hardpoint, picks up another one on Swanee and another one on Excellence. Big Timer catching fire, 4 consecutive kills. Very close to his Hellstorm and Lightning Strike, and he's on a roll, but gets taken out by Gunchy, the veteran of Call of Duty, as we switch back over to Prophecy. And let's take a look in the eyes of Gunchy, see what he's able to do on the Hardpoint, who has rotated, and nice kill there, taking out Scump.
It really is, and does look like they're going to go fight in there. He's just trying to hold this off for his team. You can see him playing a role quite a way away. He looks like he's trying to hold this top area for actually the next Hardpoint, because he refuses to rotate around at all. And there we go, picking up another kill there, Gunchy, and can he get that last one, putting shots down, and it does seem like he's got another kill. Gunchy's actually catching on just an incredible streak. He picks up Big Timer as well. Oh my God, Gunchy unfortunately gets taken down. Jake still in the Hardpoint. It does look like Prof have a little bit of a streak going, but Nade Shot clears out that Hardpoint, and it does seem like he's just taking on. No, Gunchy picks it up, secures it. Can he get this? No, doesn't get the pistol whip in time, and it is going to come down. Optic are just managing to keep them away from the hills as Prophecy try and secure this next one. It does look like they have a slightly better spawn. It is preferable to be up the top here. However, Optic are actually closer to the Hardpoint now, and Gunchy's trying to hold down the top one for his team. Picking up Nade Shot. No! Outshot by Nade Shot. Unfortunate there for Gunchy, and it does seem like Prophecy now have a mountain to climb. We are still on board with Gunchy, and it does seem like Optic are starting to pull away with this a bit now, but no, gets in the Hardpoint. Whoa, oh my God! Gunchy just slapped him off that head point. Incredible, but he actually goes down. Big Timer with the 2-piece, 3-piece for Big Timer. Incredible play by him, and it does seem, let's actually jump on board with the man himself. Big Timer, what is he doing as he actually just goes down as we switch over?
Taking a look at the scoreboard, Big Timer 22 and 22, even there, and everybody, this is just strong slaying teams, but you got to give it up for Jake at 28 and 19. Excellence, who had an amazing start, has kind of slowed down, but again, still positive at 24 and 20, as we're going to stay on board with Optic Gaming. A very close matchup between these two squads, as you would expect. 150 to 140 in favor of Prophecy. Yeah,
Prophecy actually taking the lead back once again as we are on board with Big Timer, and it does seem like that Prophecy could swing this back in their favor, as they are actually on board and in, no, they're not in the hill. Optic are in the hill. This is going swings and roundabouts for us at the moment. It just seems like it could go either way.
Oh, absolutely. So closely matched these two teams are, especially when you look at how long these squads have been playing, particularly when you look at Swanee, Excellence, Gunchy, Big Timer, Merc, Scump. I mean, all these, even Nade Shot, have been around since, Call of Duty 4 days as just dominant players. So it's great to see all of them squaring off against one another. We're going to switch on. Guys, that's Nade Shot. He's the fan favorite out there. Don't worry. It's not Sotero. It is Nade Shot. He forgot to switch his tags jumping into the game.
Yeah, he most certainly did. But however, he is still in there, ducking and diving at the moment in the Hardpoint, trying to pick up the kill by the car. Doesn't get flanked there. And it does seem like they have got an awful lot of points on that hill. However, they are still slightly behind, but it's only 5 points. Can they make this up now as Big Timer picks up a 2-piece?
Sorry, I had to do it for the people.
And it does seem like we're going to go into the next one. And
I don't even know if the audio settings are right. Sorry about that. If you're having issues with the game audio, we'll crank that up a little bit. I've done what I can on the mixer here in game as we are on with Nade Shot. And let's see what he's able to do. Finally gets taken out. Let's jump on board with Prophecy in the eyes of Excellence. Jake picks up a nice 2-piece. And Excellence almost picks up Scumpy that just hopped up, showed his little head, but then backs out. Finally, Jake able to clean it up. And actually, Jake's on a roll here. He does have 3 kills, but Excellence not too far behind him with 2.
No, he picked up one. Can he pick up the second? No! So close there for him. This is coming down to the wire. 1 minute left in this game. This could go any way at all. Prophecy currently in the lead against this Optic lineup. It does seem like we're going to go on. This like Prophecy, Jake kind of push forward. They need to get this church one. They're now going to rotate round. There's a little bit of a late rotation from them. There is only 45 seconds left in this game, and Prophecy currently leading by just over 20 points. Can they make this up? Jake get taken down. It does seem like this is going to come up to us. Swanee pick up the two-piece. Merc Hunter's back in kind. Optic needs this time now. It's going to be so close. Jake goes down. Prof Swanee with a 2. It's so close as Optic.
Swanee, a three-piece. I mean, what, they just crushing, man.
It's going to be very close. As there we go. Jake actually managed to clear it out. If they can hold this, it's going to go all the way. And I think it's now mathematically impossible. I think Prophecy have just taken the first map.
Oh my gosh, what a close game. But in the end, it's really Prophecy that was able to pull this one out. Back and forth, both of these squads went. And there you have it, Prophecy on the screen. They're already celebrating Jake, the young buck, getting his team hyped up, and he just massacred the Optic Gaming squad. A lot of fans obviously watching from North America, rooting on the boys in green, but Prophecy putting a stop to that in game number 1. But
oh, look at that final kill cam.
Jake's a stud, man. He's an absolute stud.
He takes a lot of flack from the European community. He has actually...
He dropped a 40 bomb!
He dropped the 40 bomb. Like I said, this man knows how to slay.
I mean...
He takes a lot of flack, like I said, the European community.
Yeah, so guys, I'm not as in tune, you know? Does he really take a lot of flack?
He takes an awful lot.
He just focuses on slaying.
He's known as the curse.
He hasn't won it.
He hasn't ever won multiple seconds. He is known as the curse, but it's always a big joke because everybody knows just how good of a player he is.
Yeah, I mean, because he is very talented, no doubt about it. And let's see if they can change their fortune and fate around here. Swanee at the very end there trying to get Gunshi all hyped up. Excellence, focused as always, and Jake right next to him, your closest on the screen here. And these boys, that was a big win for them to take a hard point. Again, I will say, although Optic did well in Hardpoint Anaheim, traditionally speaking, they are not a very good Hardpoint team. Yeah. And they always say if they can win one Hardpoint, they'll win the series. So not terribly surprised that they lost game number 1 Hardpoint there. Now it's going to really be up to Nadeshot. He's such a good player at Search and Destroy. He's going to need to step up for his team, and now he's changed his tag, so maybe that'll help too.
Yeah, most certainly. And like I said, we are looking for an incredibly close game here. People are saying, like, Optic, the biggest fan favourites in America, the biggest, Call of Duty team in the world, in essence. And Prophecy, they've got the biggest fan base in the UK for any Call of Duty team.
That's such a star-studded cast. You really can't say it enough. Jake is obviously the young buck, making a name for himself. But anybody that's been following Call of Duty esports for a long time knows about Swanee and Gunshi. Look, Castro, he's over there talking about. Actually, I don't know if that's him. It is. But yeah, Gunshi, Excellence, and Swanee have been around for so long.
Well, this is it. When you see them come into an event, the Americans are like, oh, how you doing? They've seen these guys so often on the scene.
Yeah.
But it's just regular faces
now. I think it was
now.
like GameStop. Was the first time I got to meet Modern Warfare 2.
Yes, it was. In fact, it was in fact Gunshi, Swanee, and Excellence were in the same team.
Yeah.
With Dope.
Did they win? It was Dope. Yeah.
And they won that. And they won that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was huge for the European
veterans.
squad.
Yeah, it was.
Because it wasn't until Call of Duty XP that we saw like America take back the throne in the international stage. Yeah, I love it, man. The history is great there. Good old Dope.
Yeah. The good old Dope. I love people.
Forever in our hearts, man.
It most certainly is. Now going into this next game, obviously Search and Destroy. What are your feelings on how Optic are going to do?
I think Optic's going to take it. Look, they know they can't obviously go down 2-0 against Prophecy because that's just way too much momentum in a capture the flag game. So I don't think we're going to see Prophecy pull this one out.
Yep.
Again, a lot of it goes in on Nadeshot because Nadeshot is such a strong Search and Destroy player. They need him to step up. It's in Anaheim he had kind of inconsistent play. He played against Evil, he dropped like 11 or 12 kills, and then he rolled a donut on Saturday. So he's got to just come up big. They need him to step up on Search and Destroy. He usually does.
Well, this is it, mate. Obviously, you're the expert on the NA scene, but when we're coming across the pond and we see how obviously your teams develop over there, we were like, Nadeshot, is he as good a player for the Optic when they first picked him up? We were like, is he the right pickup? And you know what? I think he's impressed a lot of people that he's saying, I deserve to be here, I deserve to be in the team, and I deserve to be at the top.
Absolutely, he does, and he got a lot of flack when he got replaced, when Rambo was better with Rambo and all that, and he's certainly done a great job. So let's cut to a commercial break. We'll be back to bring you game number 2. You're watching Prophecy versus Optic Gaming. And we're back here. As you see, that's another match happening right now. It's going to be Impact. They're squaring off here. Clearly, they're up there with complexities as the favorite to win it. But guys, we are in the Optic Gaming matchup against Prophecy. As you see the boys in green on the right side. Not sporting their usual jerseys. They got a more of a relaxed tee. Hex in the background there. Clearly the manager and owner of that squad. He's always pretty cool, calm, and relaxed when it comes to that team. And on the left, Prophecy, who just played a remarkable hardpoint game. And Jake, that dropped a 40 bomb. Just went massive. Excellence had a really good start of that game. Kind of tapered off, but not too much. He just had a really hot start.
Most certainly did, and it's going to be one of them ones that you've got to kind of give this one to Optic. We know how good they are at this, and they are the great team. We have said Hardpoint, not their strongest game type, so we're going to see how they go into this. I believe we're just waiting for Nadeshot, who's just rejoined us. So
Nadeshot always, yeah, there he is. He always has to go to the bathroom. Listen, I've been commentating this kid, and literally since he's 18 now, since he was 14 years old, Call of Duty 4, and always, I mean, I think Nadeshot's, as all the pro players, has the smallest bladder. always taking those breaks in between games.
All that Red Bull.
All that Red Bull, right? I guess that'll get the best of us. And now we're going to be jumping into game number 2. It's going to be Search and Destroy on Express. You're going to get a better game type for Optic Gaming, a better map for them. Again, not only do they not like Hardpoint, they're not particularly keen on Yemen either. So this is going to be a fresh start for them, and they need to pull this one out. You do not want to go down 2-0 against Prophecy.
No, they really don't want to lose the momentum here. They know that at Hardpoint, they might lose it. They go into that already knowing that it's going to be a hard one. They know that the strong point now is going to be getting the Search and Destroy on the lock and just pushing forward with the momentum. So on board with Optic. Nadeshot actually has the sniper rifle out, looking for that early quick kill.
Yeah, and Merc's going to take out Gunchi. Excellence follows up with Big Timer. Swanee taking out Merc, so it's a 3v2 situation in favor of Prophecy as we're on with Nadeshot, sticking on board with him. He's going to be in a tough situation. He does have, I believe, an MSMC and his sniper rifle. Scump's going to take out Jake, so it's a 2v2. The Nadeshot and Scumpy duo are very lethal, so let's see how they can handle this situation as we're going to continue to stay in the eyes of Nadeshot. Scump's going to take out Excellent 2v1. And now they're making their set. Oh, and he sees him. He knows he's in the elevator back there. And Swanee takes out Scump. 1v1 all alone is Nadeshot and Swanee. They're going to go toe-to-toe. But he did see where he was at. He has a little bit of insight on exactly what's happening. But it was B-side. And you don't know if Swanee had the bomb?
He does. And I think Nadeshot didn't want to challenge him in that respect. I think Nadeshot's gone, I'm just going to back off and come a completely different route. And then you're going to see they are miles away. Swanee actually on top of the thing, and he has seen him. But out comes the sniper rifle. Nadeshot needs to make... Oh, Swanee!
Swanee said, don't you pop that head out. I will take you out. And I'm surprised because Nadeshot is lethal with the sniper rifle, one of the best in the scene.
Just look how quick this was.
He just knew it.
Yeah. He was ready for him. He was ready for him. He was like, don't you pop out.
Yeah.
Don't you come and snipe me. I'm ready.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So Nadeshot not able to come up clutch there. Very valiant effort by the squad. We are going to jump again on Optic. We'll stick with the offensive side moving forward here. Your bomb carrier is going to be Big Timer, and they're making a very quick push into B. I actually like this strategy a lot.
Nice. He has. He's got Gunchi now, and it does seem like he's just trying to hold it down his team there. Swanee answering back in kind. Who is trying to get there? Trying to hold this bomb down at the moment. Just trying to make sure they get a few extra kills before putting it in. Oh, there we go. Big Timer taking down Swanee in the corner. And that is going to give them the advantage. They try to lock this bomb site down. Excellent. Answers back in kind. 2 versus 2. Trophy system taking it down. He's like, oh, just wasted a nade. I should have taken them out earlier.
You can almost see in his mannerisms, like when he turned around, he's like, gosh darn it. So now we're going to pull it into Codcaster mode. Big Timer got 2 consecutive kills. He has a bomb in his hand. He could potentially earn his RC car here shortly. He's got Merc with him, and they're going to have to go against Excellence and Jake in this 2v2 situation. And now backpedaling towards A. However, there is 2 Excellence, and they make that 1. And Merc's going to pick up the 2-piece to knock out both Excellence and Jake for Prophecy. But I like the attitude from Prophecy. They still stay positive, upbeat. Can't let that one get you. It's just a round. Search and Destroy is a long game, but Merc cleaning up both kills there. Big Timer right next to him. So Optic answers back on offense and ties it up 1-1.
Most certainly it does. And that's going to be a little bit of a boost there. They don't want to start losing rounds against this Prophecy. And like I said, it's very much a momentum game. Optic know they need this one to give them momentum to carry on for the rest of this match. Now on board with Prophecy as they push towards the B-bomb themselves. Out come the trophy system. There are 3 of the Optic line there. Dropping the 2 as Big Timer and Scump have now gone down. Jake pushing forward himself, and they now have the advantages 4 versus 1. Can Nadeshot pull something out of the bag?
And we are going to jump on board with them. I do need to make a correction. I said he was 18. He's 20. So I just got crucified by the Optic Nation. My bad, guys. Either way, my point was he was young and Call of Duty 4. He's older now. He's developed as a player in a lot of different ways, but the bladder has not. As we're on board, Nate shot. He's going to try to come up with a 4v1 clutch. Shots being fired. Sniper rifle is out. He's going to try to take it one at a time and just not able to make it happen. Gunshi taking out Nate shot. So Prophecy answering back. Now they go up 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, actually, Gunshi, final kill cam, just needs a tiny bit of him, and that is enough for him to get that final kill. Prophecy, like you said, 2-1 up now in the search and destroy. Not going as Optic's way as much as I thought it would be. I thought earlier on we'd probably see the dominance really come out, but never mind. We're actually going to switch over and jump on board with Optic for the attacking round once again and see how they are going to play the offense.
And Merc this time going to carry the bomb. They all do share it for the Optic squad, whatever makes sense. Last time it was Big Timer. This time it's Merc. Gunshi's going to take out Big Timer first, and Merc 2 follows. So now Nate's shot gets taken out, and not a good round for Optic Gaming as they're dropping like flies, but Scump not out of it yet. Is going to take out Jake, and now only Swanee, Excellence, and Gunshi are up for Prophecy, trying to make a nice 3v1 comeback. Well, it would be a 4v1 comeback technically, and it's going to be difficult, but certainly doable at the hands of the Ninja Jinja.
He is just a monster. Unfortunately, the other Ginger in Prophecy took him down.
Well played, Brycey.
We have just countered you with our own Ginger.
Yeah, I like that. And man, those two, if you put like an all-star team together, those two would be really scary on a squad together.
Most certainly so, and there we go. Prophecy actually taking the lead in the Search and Destroy. 3-1 to them against Optic now. Optic need to come back into this to, really, if they go 2-0 down, that's going to just break their morale.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just a tough situation for them to be in. Is it impossible to come back? Absolutely not, but it's just when the stakes are this high, you have some of the best teams in the world all playing here. You just can't go down like that. It's tough from a morale standpoint. It's just tough to come back and win 3 games straight. They don't want to allow that to happen, so they need to step up here and search and destroy. Gunshi has the bomb for Prophecy. He also has an RT car. Big Timer's going to draw first blood on Swanee, making it a 4v3 situation. And Prophecy struggling here as now Gunshi is the only one up, and he too gets taken out. So Optic Gaming answering back after being down 3-1, puts another round on the board.
It's a good point to prove, actually. These two have played against each other at LAN recently. You've got to remember, these are both Red Bull teams.
Yeah.
And they actually went to Red Bull HQ. And if I remember correctly, Prophecy come away with a map advantage in that one. It was something like 15
Was that
to
what
10.
it was? I don't remember, but I'll take your word for it. I know it was really close. And yeah, they're both Red Bull teams from their respective countries or territories rather. And that was excellent to see them play because Optic didn't get a lot of practice in. Prophecy was able to come over to the States early to get acclimated, no jet lag, get some good land practice in. So these two teams are incredibly familiar with one another, and it's a great point that you made, Bryce.
Yep, and now we're going to jump on board. On board with Gunshi as they're trying to push forward. They're actually defending A at the moment, and it doesn't seem like either are pushing. Who is that sitting right at the back of the map for Optic, just holding that hook there? He is actually, look at the passiveness of that person at the back of the map for Optic. He is actually just holding the flank down for them as two people are actually trying to push it, and they are still there. Very, very slow this. 45 seconds roughly on the map, and they now start to make a push towards this B. Gunshi's in the area, he takes one.
Gunshi with a nice pickup there. Scump's got the bomb with Big Timer for the Optic squad. 3v2 situation. Excellence, Jake and Gunshi up for the Prophecy squad. And he's playing this one slow, which is very smart. But Scump comes around, takes him out. Let's actually jump on with offense as Scump is all alone at 2v1 and Jake takes him out. And those boys are pumped up. You could hear them all the way from out there. And there you go. They get excited, but never like too excited, right?
No.
They know that the fight's long. This is not their first rodeo by any means, so they still stay pretty cool, calm, and relaxed.
Yeah, I
like
do.
that.
They're definitely a pumped team, but they're not one of them screaming teams that has to scream to continue on. Even when they're losing, they're still pretty loud. So it is good to see that sort of. Like I said, they are veterans. So that's where the restraint comes from. They've done this 1,000 times. So back on board with them once now. Prophecy Gunshi pushing towards this speed bomb. He has an RCXD that he hasn't actually used, so we're going to see him try and lock it down once again in this area. I think there was another RCXD out there on the field.
I believe I saw it at some point. I don't know if there's one out at this point, but I do believe someone else has earned it. Gunshi not using his yet. And I think you made a good point. There's two Jinja Ninjas out there, and you got to watch out for both of them. As Gunchi trying to fire some shots in there, not able to connect against Scumpy as we jump on board with Excellence. He's going to be all alone for the Prophecy squad, and he's going to have to go against Merc, Nadeshot, and Scumpy, and not able to connect as Scumpy comes up from behind, taking out Excellence and 4-3. So Optic putting another round on the board, not letting Prophecy get too much of a lead here in Search and Destroy.
Scump actually just sees him. As soon as he starts to take that shot, Scump is in the right position to pick him up. So it is coming down a lot closer now. Optic coming back into it. Only 4-3 to Prophecy at the moment as we jump on board with the Optic lineup as they're going to be on offense.
Let's see who's going to take the bomb this time around for the Optic squad. It's going to be none of them. And oh, there it is, Merc. I was going to say, did someone not pick up the bomb? So Merc's going to be your bomb carrier there. Trophy systems are out, and they're making a difference here. Jake takes out Big Timer, drawing the first kill of the game, or round rather, and Merc trying to get some shots long range. They did move into that bomb site very quickly at B, but not able to get in there quick enough as it was costly, taking out Big Timer. And you do have Excellence, and it looks like, who is that with him over there? That's Nadeshot that's over. We're going to jump over onto the A side of things. Even though bomb is down at B, both Nadeshot and Excellence are very close to one another here.
So, and it does look like they're just trying to hook up. As you can see them coming across the map. It's not a great situation. 2 versus 4. They need to get together and try and make up some sort of plan. I think they've just been spotted.
Yeah, and A's pretty open here, and now you're going to see Excellence kind of backpedal because he knows they're not at B. But there's still some time to make a move in there and get the bomb down. If there's any hope, they kind of have to move swiftly. Only Excellence is there to stop him, and Nadeshot goes in and just misses Excellence, who was right there. He didn't see him. Just a tough loss for them, and now a 4v1 situation with Scump up all alone.
Yeah, most certainly no. Still on board with Scump. He's got 3, but no, gets taken down by Swanee, and it's now 5-3 to the Prophecy lineup as they are actually going to try and nail this one out and put Optic 2-0 down.
Swanee, man. He's like, I got this. I got this. Nice cleanup there, taking him out, and Prophecy 1 round away from closing this out.
Yeah, most certainly so. Going to jump on board. This could be the last round of this S&D if Prophecy can push this out. As we are on board with them, Prophecy, Gunchi going to pick up the bomb. We're on board. He has an RCXD, which he's going to take out straight away.
Let's see, and at the very least, he's going to get some visibility from this to see if they're over here moving up. And he's actually one of the better drivers of that RC car because it seems like the pro players are struggling.
That's what I was going to say. Nature actually got behind him there on the flank.
Oh my gosh. Taking both Gunchi and Swanee out. Now Excellence is all that's left, and Merc cleans them up. So 5-4, Optic Gaming staying alive. And you're right, Bryce, that flank was beautiful by Nadeshot.
The patience of Nature, because he had them in his gun sights for quite a while, and he actually just followed them right down to the bottom until he could pick up 2 very, very easily. So great play from Nature, getting that flank in. Bring it up 5-4. Still map points. Can Prophecy hold this one out, or are Optic going to come back into this?
And now we're going to jump on board with offense, which is going to be Optic Gaming here. And the bomb is going to be again with Merc here, who picks it up. And they are very persistent about B. You have not seen Optic go A really at all unless they've had a situation. At least off the start, they've been favoring B the whole time. And it's kind of thrown Prophecy not really sure what to do because they have stacked and kind of countered it pretty well. Swanee's going to drop Merc there, so bomb is down. Nadeshot pulling out the DSR, trying to make something happen with that. And now, as the Prophecy players are converging, it is a wow, Nadeshot going big there. 4 consecutive kills, earns an RC car, makes it a 2v2 situation. Now 2v1 as Gunchi gets taken out. But now Gunchi versus Nadeshot. Nadeshot comes up big.
Takes that kill.
And a hero for Optic to keep him in this game. And now tied 5-5 going into overtime. And Nadeshot, he has that RC car, and he's working on his score streaks. Beautiful play by him. I think he's on 5 consecutive kills. I don't want to quote that. We'll wait till we jump back in.
I believe you are, in fact, right there. I'm going to go into the final one on this S&D. I mean, people were talking earlier. I've seen Swanee. I was speaking to him, and he said sometimes you can just pinpoint where an entire series is lost. And he says it happens a lot on S&D, that momentum. And this could be another one of them. 5-5.
Oh,
shot.
What a lad there.
Absolutely got him, but he gets shut down by Swanee. So now it's going to be 3 versus 3. 1 minute, 13 left to go as both teams are stalled, waiting to make a play.
And you know what? Like, he didn't get to use his RC car, which isn't really the end of the world, but that moving sniping shot was very, very nice. However, he is down, so is Gunchi. So a 3v3 situation. Scump does have the bomb, so let's see if he can backpedal or if they're going to go on the B bomb site.
And he's actually taking shots now. He's holding, choosing the weight. As someone comes around the flank, but he's actually moved away. That kill's going to go on big time and gets a kill against Prophecy. Excellence. It is now 2 versus 3. And I think that bomb's about to go down.
And Scump trying to get the bomb down. Big Timer is going to take out Jake. Only Swanee is left. He does take out Big Timer. 2v1 situation. Bomb down. 38 seconds left on the timer here. And this is going to be tough for Swanee to get in here, taking out both Merc and Scump, getting a defuse. He'll have to do something incredibly difficult and come up big. Looking around here, knowing that they're clearly around, just trying to find them. Sees one. That's Merc, and he takes him out, but Scump able to do the final kill there on Swanee and Optic after being down 5-4, win 2 consecutive rounds to take game number 2, and that was huge for him.
Yeah, most certainly was, and I said he didn't have a great choice there of where he could actually go, so he knew someone would be in that elevator, so he thought, I'll challenge this and I'll deal with that other guy later. Unfortunately, he almost got away. He was dropping as it went down and he got shot. However, that map went to Optic a little bit closer than we thought it was going to be for his. However, there we go. This could be the momentum to swing this game back in Optic's favour. 1-1 currently as we go in to capture the flag.
They needed that. I mean, that would have been bad. We've said it a couple times. You just don't want to go down 2-0, not against Prophecy. So to take some wind out of their sails was a pretty big move for Optic. They want to search and destroy. They've got to win their search and destroy in CTF games because, again, they're the weaker team in Hardpoint against Prophecy. So, going to a game 5, they can push that to another search and destroy. But Prophecy's a pretty good search and destroy team too. I mean, they played pretty well there. They actually, they were what was 5-3 or 5-4. I mean, they came. It was close. I mean, Prophecy was almost able to close that one out, but in the end, Optic won 2 consecutive rounds to finish that one up. It was 5-4, and they couldn't close it out. That's what happened.
Yeah, so capture the flag. It looks like they're all just changing their classes around once again before we get underway. And like I said, this could be anyone's game here. You've got to think that, Optic now have a little bit more momentum. However, respawn game type, Prophecy just seemed to be able to slay very well. Swanee's going to be, holding down that map. He always does. For me, it's too close to call. These two juggernauts going against each other, like I said, they're so familiar with these how each other team plays.
Yeah, without the LAN and all the LAN kind of matches that they've gotten to go against one another, and Jake, how well he did slaying in game number 1. You got to wonder how he's going to bring that into Slums on Capture the Flag. So the Prophecy boys pretty fired up over here to try to take this CTF game, and we'll find out as we're kicking off game number 3. It's going to be Capture the Flag on Slums. It is tied up in the series 1-1. If you're just tuning in, this is Optic Gaming versus Prophecy.
Yeah, most certainly is. Now we're going to jump on board with the Optic boys and see how they go. I think we're going to jump on board with Nadeshot first, see how he's going to play into this. And I think, the last game I saw these Optic guys play, Nadeshot was just constantly whipping flags away. It didn't matter if the setup wasn't quite there, he just kept pulling it away, pulling the other team towards him and making them do the work to catch him.
And Nadeshot able to pick up an early kill there, and we'll see if they can kind of play a little bit differently here. Nadeshot coming in aggressively, picks up 2 kills, grabs the flag, and he is rolling. Now you do have to watch out. He doesn't have many people that are going to be able to stop him, but Excellence will be one of them. You got to wonder if Excellence is going to go backpedal to go straight for Nadeshot, and he is. So that will happen. Excellence picks up Nadeshot, but can't get the return yet. And Merc is going to try to go get that flag. It's still there, but it is going to be Prophecy that gets a return. He will take out Excellence. So Nadeshot, a really good start, but not able to clean it up as Excellence made an incredible stop.
Yeah, most certainly. He was in the right place at the right time, and he chose to stop him there. His teammate also made a very critical kill next to him, so it just meant they could get that return very easily. And, wow, Nadeshot, that was almost an incredible play from him straight off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're going to jump back on with Prophecy, and it is Swanee that has 3 consecutive kills. He's on a little bit of a roll. Sees another one in his sight. This Big Timer picks him up. Nice kill by Swanee. Semtex comes in. He dodges it. Picks up Merc as well. And Swanee on a roll. 5 consecutive kills. Very close to his Hellstorm and Lightning Strike. So he will play a little more conservative. But you got to see this. Scump does have the flag for Optic Gaming, and cutoffs are pretty well set up. If he can get past this, he should be able to get a cap. And Swanee's actually coming in there. So nice play by Scump to kind of go challenge Swanee. But
Swanee's actually backed off. He's gone around the other way. And this is going to be difficult for Swanee to stop. There's not a lot of cover there. And Merc takes him down. And Scump Dolphin dives that in. 1-0 to Optic now. And it does seem like they are starting to get the momentum to go forward again.
Yeah, and we're on board in the eyes of Scumpy. That was a huge play by the Optic squad to get 1 on the board. Swanee not able to make a stop there. And now Scump picks up another kill, taking out Jake. 3 minutes left in the half. Scumpy does have his Hellstorm, so he's on a little bit of a roll here. Let's see what he's able to do. Again, you know, clearly score streaks are valuable in every game type, but they're absolute showstoppers and capture the flag when someone pulls it, and especially on a map like Slums where there's not too many places to hide. You can stop the flag runner, and that can be hugely beneficial for your team.
Yeah, most certainly can. Now, it does seem like both teams have sort of drawn up the battle lines here going across this map. Neither team being overly aggressive. Obviously, Prophecy don't want to let another flag go. And it doesn't seem like Optic want to make any holes in the defense. They don't want to make any mistakes now. They've just hard fought for that first flag. And there we go. Scump actually picking up the lightning strike as well. As he plays a bit more defensive, picking up another kill. Scump on a 5-kill streak doing work.
Yeah, and they're actually telling Scumpy, you can just tell, to stay back, play a little more conservative, get your kills and streaks going. It's not easy for Scump because he loves to be a run and gun player, and that was a huge kill by Swanee to take him out. So Scump does get his Lightning Strike and Hellstorm, not able to connect all of his score streaks, but still did a great job as we jump on with Merc here. 1-0 again with 1 minute and 55 seconds left in the half. Optic Gaming trying to make another pull for the flag, and that's a big kill on Swanee. Merc pulls the flag, gonna run it and see if he can get some cutoffs. However, you do have Excellence and Jake that are there to stop it, and Jake does that. And what a beast! Picks up a 2-piece and the return. Great play by Jake of the Prophecy squad.
And most certainly was critical kills there, and he made both of them. Just taking one down actually off a head glitch, so, you know, phenomenal gun skill to actually do that. And it does seem like Prop have been pushed back quite a lot. However, it is known that the side Optic are on is slightly better to play on. Simply because of that spawn you can manipulate by the police car. So we're going to see if Prophecy can come back in the second half. And it does seem like they do seem pushed back quite a lot. They haven't really challenged for the flag on the Optic side.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I think it's a very good point that you make there. We're on with Scumpy here for Optic Gaming. He does have his Hellstorm and Lightning Strike that he's probably going to save until you finally see Prophecy make a push for this flag. They are starting to make some moves, but really, they just can't get out of their base. They're stuck here as Optic continues to put pressure on it. Excellent, just trying to thwart off any Optic Gaming advancements, which has been incredibly difficult with the pressure that Optic has been applying.
Yeah, most certainly is Excellent. Like I said, just playing pure defense at the moment. They don't want to give another flag away. And they need to hold out for about 40 seconds, and sometimes you just one small crack and that will turn into a torrent and Optic will come screaming in. And it does seem like that. Jake actually slowing down the pressure of killing Scumpy there. Prophecy, Swanee is in that area as well. They have a decent spawn though. They're spawning around that area. But Swanee all alone by that flag. He needs the support of his team. 25 seconds left to go. They need to hang on because at the moment they're being pushed back and back and back.
Yeah, Prophecy just not able to get out of their spawn. I mean, they've had to defend that flag so aggressively. They've not been able to have the luxury of pushing out too much. They've had some good moves. They've made some advancements to the middle of the map, but generally speaking, it's been difficult for them to get out of this spawn, essentially, as Optic has applied so much pressure in here, and now that's going to be it for the first half. So nothing too devastating. Optic Gaming only pulling one flag, but you've got to watch out for the score streaks, and with the side switching here, what Optic's going to be able to do on the other side.
Yeah, most certainly. So, you know, I've got a good feeling that Prophecy are probably going to be able to get out of that flag area easier. They're just going to put more pressure on Optic than they have done, because at the moment that was Optic's game. They were running the tempo, they were running the show, and Prophecy were playing catch-up the entire way through. So, you know what, if they can start to lock down some of the good spawns on this and get some map control and maybe take the tempo of the game, they'll come back into this. If not, I feel like, you know, they're just going to crack as Optic are going to come on full force once again. Absolutely
here. So we're going to stay on board with Prophecy to see what they're able to do, if they can kind of apply the same pressure that Optic did to them last time. And we're going to be in the eyes of Gunshi, who is not able to pick up a kill there. That was 4 members down at one point for Prophecy, as we switch over to Excellence to see what they're able to do here. He's going to take out Nade Shot. Nice kill. Optic again moving in here. They've got to push him off. Scumpy's going to take out Jake, so Excellence might have to backpedal a little bit before he goes for Optic's flag.
Excellent. Oh, nice. What a nade from Excellence there. And it does mean they're going to try and push out and get some map control. I said, that is what they need now. They need to put Optic on the back foot. Stop letting Optic run this game as Nade Shot actually takes down Excellence. And that's just going to still Prophecy for a minute or two.
And we are on board with Jake here, who just picked up a wonderful 2-piece that we missed. Make it 3 there as he takes out Merc. And this is why we talk about Jake and how powerful of a slayer he is. Picks up Scumpy as well. You've got to watch out because Jake is hot and he's on a roll here. And the flag has been pulled by Swanee, who he's doing pretty well as well. He's got 3 kills. Looking at the stats, 16 and 9. Life is good here. I mean, you gotta love it.
Dodge. He just dodged the kill streak coming in. He's actually going to put that home. 1-1. They still got them in the spawn trap. Prophecy have kept this one out. They're going to try and run it again, but I think he's going to be... No! Jake has
Oh
got
my
away.
gosh.
Jake has got away. If he can get this home again, he is being chased time and time again. Oh, he's done it again. That is the second time he has dodged bullets. As Gunchy comes in and shut them down. Relay from Prophecy.
Watch out, the Hellstorm is coming down, but
oh no!
It's okay. No one's there to get the return, I don't believe, for Optic, as the only player that was close was Big Timer. I believe he got taken out, so flag is capped, and quickly the tables have turned in the favor of Prophecy after being down 0-1. They are now up 2-1 in the series, and great play, particularly by Swanee, but there was a lot of huge stops by the Prophecy team. I believe it was Excellence or Jake that even made a really clutch stop as well. So got to give it up, and 5 consecutive kills. Hellstorm, he can't die here. Panic Knives, but that's okay. He's got some things going for him with 2 minutes and 41 seconds left in this game. Prophecy has to be feeling pretty good.
They do. Optic are actually streaming forward at the moment, though, trying to get that flag back. Got to remember, Swanee has score streaks to stop any sort of pressure if he needs them. They do have that comfort blanket if they need it. And it does look like Prophecy are just digging in, going to push Optic back out of their spawn before they try and get map control once again.
And now we're going to stay on board with Jake here. If he's going to pick up a kill, I believe on Big Timer it was, but Excellence actually does a team kill there and takes Jake out. So we're going to switch actually on board with Excellence to see what they can do. They're playing a little bit more of a conservative defense here, knowing that they've got some score streaks to play with, and they do have a 2-1 lead here. They have the luxury of being able to do this. Shots fired, picks up Merc, and a nice headshot. And Prophecy just feeling the momentum that they've got going for him.
Here they go. If they can get this in, it looks like Excellence is going to go support his mate. Jake has actually got that out again, and Excellence picking up the kill, and they have got that locked in. Look once again on the minimap. It's locked. It's just absolutely locked. Merc, however, answers back 2-piece, and they have broken it a lot quicker. However, that flag is in.
Excellence.
Prophecy lock in.
Excellence is scary. Yeah, locked in. You said it, man. They certainly are. I mean, the things that we just saw Excellence do is just terrifying. He just was dropping Optic members. He's on fire here. Finally, Big Timer able to put him out, but the damage has been done. A 3-1 lead with 1 minute and 17 seconds. It is all but over.
Yeah.
In game number 3 here, and a missed opportunity by Optic Gaming, and really, wow.
Jake.
I mean, Prophecy, this is not the team that we saw in the first half. I got to pull up the stats. I mean, these guys just lit it up. I mean, just lit it up. 24-13, Swanee is two captures.
Look at that.
I mean, MVP of this game, no doubt about it.
Just incredible. Jake is also on fire. He's on the 3 streak at the moment. I believe, when we switch to Swanee quickly, he still has his score streaks. So even if Optic try to get that flag away, he's actually bringing them in now. There we go. There's the first Hellstorm from Swanee as he actually takes down 1, and he still has a lightning strike.
Yeah, and now it's, you know, he just
hasn't even used them.
putting the cherry on top here as this game is all but over. 35 seconds left. Swanee showing off his AR skills, shooting down Rage, taking out Big Timer, continuing to fire shots. Finally, Merc able to take him off the head glitch with a headshot. Nice play by him, but it's all too late for Optic Gaming that let one slip through their fingers, and now it is going to be a 2-1 series lead for Prophecy. And man, they've got to be thinking, wow, if we would have closed that 1 round of Search and Destroy out, we would have just 3-0'd Optic. So they're going to be going into a Hardpoint game.
Look at Prophecy on fire right now.
You know, I'm scared too for Optic, because Prophecy really stepped up slaying in the second half, like scary. You know, like they're both really good slaying teams, but like what they did that round was again terrifying. So you've got to be worried if you're Optic Gaming going again into another heavy slaying game type in Hardpoint, as the stats are going to come up and numbers don't lie. Certainly Swanee taking care of business.
Oh, just phenomenal. What incredible play from him. He stepped up and carried it. He actually got 2 captures as well.
Yeah.
Please remember he run it. There we go. 28-16 with 2 caps. The man stepped up and the man delivered.
That was silly. Big Timer struggling for the Optic squad, only going 13-22. And you know, you have to think the Europeans, when they went out, especially Prophecy to MLG Anaheim, they get stuck in a situation where you get a little jet lag. I think Optic having to play on the European turf, you know, that happens. And these are one of the variables that you can see. This team is just,
someone said this.
Look at them. I mean, look at them. They are all very quiet. No one's really talking, but Merc, even Hex, has a very concerned look on his face. Big Timer clearly tired. No excuse by any means. This is what, you know, Prophecy kind of deserves this leg up that they didn't get in MLG Anaheim when they squared off against teams.
Yeah, most certainly. And people say there's no such thing as home ground in esports.
Oh,
there fully is.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
100% home ground. The place you're most comfortable playing is where you play your best. And, you know, we've seen it time and time again. Wherever you go, if you're going to travel for 11 hours in the country you don't know, you're going to be a little bit out of your comfort zone, and that small difference can make a massive difference in game when the teams are this tight together.
Yep, and Prophecy taking care of it and making sure they capitalize on that opportunity. You got to respect that, and now it's going to be Raid Hardpoint. This one, I think Optic feels a little bit more comfortable with, but it was a really close Hardpoint game between those two last time. However, it was Prophecy that was able to pull it out. But you gotta wonder because of how well they were slaying. Swanee was scary, and then you had Jake that dropped a 40 bomb when he played on Hardpoint.
Well, I've heard people say that Jake and Swanee are the same player in just two different roles.
Yeah, I like that.
AR Slayer is Swanee, SMG Slayer is Jake, and they're both just so good at it.
And you can see at least Scumpy's got a little bit of smiles, but
When is that man not smiling? I don't think I've ever seen him not smile.
He's a very cheerful individual, as we are not going to waste any time. We're jumping into game number 4. It's going to be Hardpoint on the map. Raid 2-1 in favor of Prophecy. If you're just tuning in, this is Prophecy versus Optic Gaming here at Gfinity in London. We're playing group stages all day. One team will be eliminated from both groups. Not any kind of decision making that needs to be happening. We've got games going all night, but certainly no one wants to afford to lose any games here as the day is still long. A lot of matches yet to be played as we're going to jump on with Prophecy, and they're trying to keep that momentum that was going into last game. Unlike MLG, these games are going to go faster into each map, so you can actually keep that momentum and hype that you had from the last game. You don't have to worry about commercial breaks and kind of stalling to slow you back down, and they're going to try to capitalize on that. But Scumpy and Optic are going to be fighting out hard for this. Big Timer picks up a 2-piece, finally taken out by Excellence, and back and forth we go, which is always to be expected on this Hardpoint.
Yeah, most certainly is. Both teams fighting tooth and nail to get into this. We still on ball. Big Time almost picked up the 2-piece. Doesn't quite make it, unfortunately, and it looks like they are still getting control here, gaining a few points here and there. But the key thing to note is that they have the spawn as Prophecy actually take 3 down, and that's the most important thing. Optic know that, we might not get the most amount of points off this Hardpoint, but the next one we can get a lot of points off.
Absolutely, and at some point, this ends up being such a contested Hardpoint so often because of how the spawns are off the get-go. It's kind of just a bloodbath at this ring, and now they can reset up, and the next Hardpoint really becomes the critical one on this because you can get some separation as they are in the kitchen. Optic Gaming is set up, Sentex is out, Big Timer picks up, Swanee sees somebody in the money room.
Oh,
nice dive.
How did he do that?
He just juked Jake so well there.
Oh, just incredible play there. He just swerved around his bullets and something killed him. On board with nade shot. Like I said, Optic still have the better spawn for this, but Jake is coming in the front door as Scump answers back with a 2-piece. Goes down, he's just all the kills going off at once here. Optic, however, they're going to take more points off this simply because of the spawn.
And back and forth these players were going, but Optic finally settling down in this kitchen. They're going to take the lead. Huge shots by Nade Shot, picking up a 2-piece. Gunshi falls back, taking out Nade Shot and Big Timer. Scumpy still in this Hardpoint kitchen here, trying to get all the points that they can. They are going to abandon it and start moving because they know they've got Optic players in there, and Prophecy really getting set up here as they've abandoned the Hardpoint. You've got Merc still hanging back to make sure that they get those points, 40-23. Optic really coming alive here in this Hardpoint.
You know what, Prophecy actually did a really good job there of contesting it for as much time as possible. Yeah. They were like, you know what, we cannot put as many bodies in that Hardpoint as quickly as they can, simply because they're closer. So they went, we're just going to keep contesting, keep that points, you're going to gain as low as possible and just rotate early. And that's what they've done. And look, even though they lost the lead, they're already going to get it back if they can just get that last kill from Swanee.
And this is smart, and actually, if that's Nade Shot that's back there, not going toe-to-toe, they're just going to try to keep it contested. Then finally, Swanee just blows that up, that truck. He's not going to have any of that, and this was smart. You've got to make those decisions in Hardpoint of when you should abandon and set up on the next one, and when you set up and abandon a Hardpoint early, you better keep it, and Prophecy is doing just that as we're going to continue in the eyes of Swanee, and they're just racking up points in this Hardpoint, making it count. 13 seconds left, and now you see Optic that's making moves to set up in the next one, and that's the name of the game in Hardpoint.
Very similar tactics from both teams, actually. Look at that. They both have that one person who sits in that Hardpoint, and they just form a shield around him. They don't sit back like some teams do. They push out and they form a shield, a barrier that they have to get past. Optic have done it, and Prophecy are trying to break their one. Prophecy's shield was really good on that last one. They held off Optic for a long time, and it now seems like Prophecy are desperately trying to get in and break theirs.
and Optic trying to stay alive for all their fans out there. They have a very passionate following, all a great group of guys, clearly very talented. They don't want to lose here. They want to make sure they can pull out a win for their team, and they're trying to make it happen here. And it's back and forth. Again, what you expect from these two teams, just like we saw in game number one.
Just cleaned out.
That was huge for Excellence to take out both Merc and Nadeshot, as we're going to stay on board with the Optic boys to see what they can do to come back in this. The court is in the hands of the Prophecy squad, and now smoke screens are up. They're going to try to make a shot in there. Merc shooting in the money room. Jake takes him out, picks up a two-piece, Jake does. So back and forth, Optic struggling to make anything happen here, but still a very close game, only about 30 points to separate the two teams.
I say so, and that, you see in that last one, late rotation, simply because they know this next hard point, incredibly hard to hold. It's got so much open space, you can get your nades in, there are several routes into it, so they've actually gone, you know what, we'll rotate a little bit later than we would for other big hard points, but then get a lot of points. So it does seem like that, however, they are holding this one at the moment, setting up fairly well, just trying to keep Prophecy out. You can see they're kind of just spread out a little bit, just to make sure nobody slips through and breaks them.
Yeah, absolutely, and you've got Scumpy on board here. He's just fighting so hard to keep this out, and his team is helping him. Excellence mistakes were made as he killed himself with a grenade. Scumpy trying to capitalize on that, holding this down, getting some points. Optic Nation really rallying here in this hard point, which is what they needed. Merc's got 5 consecutive kills, earning himself a Hellstorm and Lightning Strike, and he's going for the chopper, man, so he's got to play a little more conservative. He can't put himself in that hard point, and he's going to have to now, and that was huge, because that's what's going to get him. The chopper, and Optic Gaming turning it around, making it happen, trying to make this go to a game number 5, and they are just playing phenomenal Call of Duty.
Merc has certainly set its team up for glory here. Like I said, that chopper's going to come in, just give them an extra gun on the map. Not only that, but they are going to have 2 score streaks from Merc, so they can clear out this hard point if they need to. And it's a dangerous game. Like I said, they're going to have to shoot down that chopper at some point, Prophecy, because this hard point is just so open.
Absolutely. It's a great observation, and really all of the hard points other than Kitchen are going to be difficult for the team. Garage, it is clearly sheltered, but you're very exposed outside, so put it this way, anytime you get a chopper in a competitive game.
They took it down.
Yeah, nice play though, yeah.
They knew, they said, we cannot keep this thing in the air. It's basically giving them a 5th player, and at the moment with this game so tight, we can't afford that. So they cut out a little bit, they left some points going, so look, we need to just back on, get this thing down now.
Yeah, no, that was actually really smart, because that chopper can be such an annoyance, and really just addressing it right away is the proper thing to do. Prophecy handling it, but you got to remember Merc does still have his Lightning Strike and Hellstorm at his disposal. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. Merc picks up a nice kill on Excellence, and he, again, getting closer to see if he can get those score streaks before he lets any of them rip. He wants to keep them in his pocket. Excellence takes out Merc. Jake takes out Scumpy and picks up a 2-piece on Nadeshot as well. So let's take a look at the stats real quick. Look at that. So really, like, yeah, Optic's doing well, but they're negative, all things considered, but they're playing hardpoint smart, but Scumpy's not. Obviously at 20, or I'm sorry, Merc at 20 and 13, really taking care of business. Is that Merc that was at it? Yeah, 20 and 13.
Like I said, he's still got them score streaks. He's still got them. Like, he's obviously saving them. Maybe Garage, maybe Basketball. I mean, they do have the advantage at the moment. They have the points, and they have the momentum to carry them forward. Prophecy have kind of, I don't know, lost a little bit of that forward momentum they had gained earlier on this map.
Maybe a little bit. You know, they did have a really good start. They had things going for them, and Optic just hit that catalyst, and they were just rolling now. They've got kind of the igniter for the squad. Everyone's feeling good, but again, so close. We're only talking about 45 points here. That's nothing with these two teams, and you can make that all up in one hard point, so they can't get too cocky or too arrogant. They got to continue to apply the pressure. Merc trying to move into the garage here to make something happen. He does see Kunchi and his sights, and he's going to have to retreat a little bit, but he's got help from Nadeshot, and I believe Scumpy has right in front of him. So Merc, Scumpy, and Nadeshot all in here trying to make an advancement, and you've got Big Timer not too far behind him.
You can see the hesitance from Optic. They're like, we know Swanee is behind that
plan.
Yeah. I don't want to rush in there because Swanee will just sit there and pick you off all day. So like,
you go first.
Yeah. Get some smoke down. Try and get in there. Swanee, like I said, when he's set up like that, he's just on a swivel, and it's so hard to kill that man. And unfortunately, it does look like, well, after Prophecy got a lot of points back there.
They did get a lot of points back there, and that's exactly what the team needed. So Optic Gaming deciding to just get set up at the next hard point. They made an honest effort to get in that garage. It's incredibly difficult to break that once you're set up. And Swanee, just a tactician with his gun skills, are just second to none here. And now Nadeshot holding it down in the kitchen. Hellstorm comes down, not going to pick up anybody. They were able to dodge that. Smart play by Optic. They've got a good setup here and are able to hold the basketball court hard point.
Yeah, but I thought he waited a little bit when they really needed to break that, but he called it in, and who am I to judge him? He could have had a call from his teammates. And it does look like Nature is going to get taken down here. Prophecy need to break this now, because like I said, you've got to remember, there are still score streaks in play. So at some point, they're going to be called in. As Swanee picks up another 2-piece. This guy is having one of the best tournaments I've seen him play on Black Ops 2. As Merc calls him that lightning strike, that's what I was talking about. As long as they're in play, you've always got that ace up your sleeve. As Merc picks up another kill, he is doing the business for his team now.
Yeah, Merc is really the one that's keeping Optic Gaming in this and keeping him up with the lead. Picks up 2 kills on Swanee and Gunshi with that Hellstorm, and he had that critical lightning strike that you were just referencing. They're going to make moves in here. Merc takes out Jake as well to take over this hard point, get some points on the board. That's what they needed, because Prophecy was starting to mount a comeback there.
Here we go. However, Prophecy set up on this next hard point. It's going to be the final one. However, difficult to hold, famously difficult to hold. But Jake, they're doing it at the moment. As we switch in, it's going to be a very close one. If Prophecy can hold on to this for any length of time, how are they going to do this? At the moment, they are holding.
And let's see what Merc's able to do here, as we are going to stay on board with him, and he gets taken out by Swanee. Switching over to Nate Shot for the Optic squad, picks up a nice kill on Swanee. Hardpoint is contested, clean kill there. That's going to do it, and they can hold it down back and forth. They've just got to keep this one down. Going to throw those nades out to buy some more time, and really sound play out of Optic Gaming. They're going to take over this Hardpoint raid game. What a phenomenal play by Optic. They just played really well.
For a minute there, Prophecy looked like they could hold it. They were in there, and then all of a sudden, like I said, it was only that one player who had to make a few clutch kills, and they were just going to break it. Like I said, famously hard to hold. They did really well, Prophecy, to hold it for as long as they did. However, the best was just not good enough in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they stepped it up. They dug deep to find that one, because they had a slow start there, but didn't let it get away from them too much. Merc just kind of hit that 6th gear, and he went big, but Nate Shot, 32 and 32. He put up some big kills, but look at Big Timer. He had 12 defends on the hard point, really holding it down in that objective role for his team. So nice play by him.
I think the thing you can really take away from that score screen is you look, even though Prophecy were out slaying, if you looked at the stats for Optic, they had more defense and captures. They were just working the objective better. That's all it was.
Yeah.
They just made the kills that counted more in the objectives, and they were just getting them or defending them more effectively than Prophecy were. I mean, Prophecy, like I said, out slaying, but not outplaying.
Gosh, that team looks tired, don't they, man?
They do look tired.
They look really tired here. So we are going to go into a Game 5 search and destroy. Last time we did, it was Express, and it was very close between these two squads. Prophecy was actually up 5-4, but in the end, Optic Gaming answered back 2 consecutive rounds, took the game from them, and now we are going to see a very close game. And as always, the team will lean on Nate Shot to pull out his excellent search and destroy gaming skills.
Yeah, most certainly will. I believe the players are just getting ready once again. Now, your prediction here, I mean, you predicted Optic last time to take that search and destroy very, very close.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see another close one and Optic just, take it again? I mean, like I said, they are very good, and the momentum once again.
I think Prophecy is going to actually take game number 5, to be honest with you. I mean, I would love, there's always going to be a little bit of bias in these international matchups, like, let's call it like it is. When you're a North American caster, you want to see the North American teams do well. We have these conversations. Of course, you want to see the European teams do well. But just looking at this team, they're playing with their hearts right now. But Prophecy, they're pretty energized. And if I have to make a prediction, I think Prophecy's going to take it. But, I don't know. I'm no COD Illuminati guru, man.
I know exactly what you mean. It does seem like Prophecy are more on the ball this game. And, it's going to be a very difficult one to call. Like I said, they do seem a little bit tired there on the Optic side. And they've had a few lapses where they've let back a little bit and let Prophecy really, bloom into the game. So it's going to come down to like sheer swings and roundabouts. If Prophecy get a lead, that might be just enough to tip them over and just take the entire, search and destroy.
And Merc and Scumpy doing what they do best in between games, and that's checking the people that have tweeted them. I do a little bit of that as well, so I can't give them any flack.
No, it is very difficult. Like I said, very social media orientated, the gaming scene. So
very much so.
Everybody's right on it straight away.
Look at, Hex is checking tweets. Big Timer is. I'm over here checking tweets. They're like, Fwiz, you sound like you're jet lagged and tired.
Like you don't seem tired.
Come on now. You guys just are.
You guys are mean.
Yeah, investigators over here, very keen.
Yeah, we are.
Let's see what they're able to do as they're setting up the game. We look like we're ready to get things going. Game number 5 about to kick off. Again, it's going to be search and destroy on the map standoff. Only one team can pull this out, and it's all going to come down to game number 5 here. Very tough matches between both these teams. almost every game has been incredibly close. You got to hand it to both of these teams, and only one of them can pull a win out.
Yeah, most certainly very evenly matched the entire way through the series. So, like you said, this could be anyone's game. These two teams so familiar with each other. That's what's bringing them the closest. They play each other a lot compared to the usual EUNA when we go across the pond, obviously. And we're like, this is a different game style. It develops in its own community. However, these two haven't had that problem against each other. So, Excellence now setting up at the moment.
They have a ton of LAN matches together, and that makes a huge difference. And there's just an incredible amount of respect between these two teams. As we're going to jump on board with Gunchi, he does have the DSR dual band, but he's also got the bomb in his hand, so they're going to play this one slowly. Again, A is very difficult to make moves in, but it is the bomb site that you will most often see the activity at. B, a little awkward and weird placement makes for a less chosen bomb site. And they're just going to want to play this one slow to see if they can draw anybody out. He does see somebody not able to connect there. And Nade Shot takes him out. Nade Shot's a scary sniper. He's practiced, sniping at a lot of different times. He joined Optic, did a lot of sniping with them as well. So he can do it both. Big Timer's going to take out Jake, so it's a 4v2 situation.
Most certainly is. Now, Prof20 is actually going to answer back in kind, making it a 3 versus 2. However, they are starting to run out of time now. 25 seconds left for them to make a move. Jake by the B bomb site. Swanee is a little bit away from him, but Jake is actually trying to get a flank. Can he get this kill? No, doesn't make it. And unfortunately, I think Jake's going to be taken down from behind now as Optic try to come in, and Swanee going to get in a good position. He's in there behind the track. Let's take down Merc. However, he doesn't really have the time to put the bomb down. He has to pick kills or bomb, and it looks like he's going kills. Doesn't make the kill either. He had to make 2 kills in 10 seconds. It's an incredible feat.
That was, come on.
It was difficult either way.
It was difficult
either way. If he went for the bomb, he would have been in trouble because they would have checked it with about 5 seconds left to go. But if he went for the kills, he knew even if he made 1, they would run away. So, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
You see that a lot, too, because stalling on A is a good strategy, because people do get a little restless, and you try to see if you can pick somebody off at A with a sniper rifle or make moves there. And again, it's weird. Either on this game, you just either sit back until like the last minute or you push really heavily, and there's no really gray area to operate on Search and Destroy. This time you're going to see Optic pushing in incredibly heavy as we're going to switch on board with them, and Merc going to get this bomb down, at least attempt to, and he does have good coverage. And you only have Excellence and Jake up for the Prophecy squad. Bomb is down, 4v1 situation, and Jake is all alone. This is going to be difficult.
It most certainly is. I mean, they have that A bomb a lot. Look, they've actually sent 2 people out. Jake taken on the first one. Still 2 people around that bomb site. Merc actually floating around the map to see if he can just pick up the kill from behind or unaware. Jake, this is going to be just such a hill to climb, and unfortunately he comes against Scump, who is in the head glitch, and he takes him down.
So Optic, a nice 2-0 start. That's what they needed to keep things going here. I mean, that's huge for them. Search and Destroy. And now we have to look and see if Prophecy can answer back, because when you take a 3-0 alert, 3-0, I wish we had like ESPN style stats, like ESPN, like they provide so much stats. I'd love to see the probability of winning Search and Destroy when you're down 3-0. Like those kind of stats, like what are the odds to actually come back from a situation like that? We don't have it, but one day in esports we will. And I will sound very smart when I pull those stats out. In the meantime, I think it's 38.6%.
Yeah. There we go. Jake actually picking up a kill there, making it 4-2, picking up another one. Jake has actually touched them as one for Scum off his back. Even bigger.
Goodness!
1 versus 2.
I got so excited. I switched the options.
Now 1 versus 1. Can he take this? No. Scum has taken him down once again. And you can actually hear that from where we are in the casting booth. It does seem like Optic now may have finally come to life, and they are screaming and shouting.
Yeah, it was a nice kill. I mean, Swanee, an honest effort. He did get some shots, and Scump was in a good head glitch spot, but Scump, beautiful AR skills, takes out Swanee, and Optic up 3-0 against this Prophecy squad. They are looking strong. Only 3 rounds more to go for the boys in green, and we're going to jump on the offensive side of things. Merc going to pick up the bomb. He's usually your objective player for Optic, and he does have it, and let's see what they do. Last time the aggressive push to A served them well. We'll see if they'll do it again.
Yeah, still on board with Mo. Looks like he's throwing a smoke out now to try to know. It was actually a EMP, and he has actually taken down 2 trophy systems with it. So he does seem to be trying to push out. He has actually taken down. So if his teammates have got some nades, they can start saturating that area to try and make the push. In fact, there's an RCXD car going in to try and clear the way. Someone's in there, and it doesn't get him either. Neither Merc nor the RCXD car took down that player in A. There are actually 3 of them in that area. The nade shot's working into a veritable hellstorm of fire.
And Merc is going to pick up a nice kill on Excellence there. Way to connect. He does have bomb in hand. Takes out Gunchi as well. Going to drop that, but then he did get a call out, or shots were being fired. there is going to be Jake that's back there trying to apply pressure. It is a 2v1 situation. Jake's all alone, gets taken out by Scumpy, and Optic fired up. They're waking up now, 4-0 lead, 2 rounds to close it out, and you've got to wonder what Prophecy's thinking right now.
I think the adrenaline has really just hit off the system. Like I said, this entire match, they've actually been really quite quiet, quite reserved. Now you're seeing, the hand slaps are coming in. They're starting to get a little bit of pump in them, and that's not going to play well for Prophecy. Like I said, now when the roles reverse, Prophecy look a little bit down. Their morale's broken.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said it best there. The morale is slightly non-existent there. I mean, it's down. They look like a broken team. They need to get a little bit hyped up. Jake needs to help him with that since he is the young gun. He does get that squad so often amped up. Prophecy now in a 3v3 situation. Bomb is down. Merc's going to take out Jake as we switch on board with Swanee. They've not backpedaled to grab that bomb yet. They look like they're just trying to get aggressive, get some kills in. Nate shot is out for the Optic Gaming squad. Swanee sees somebody in sight. Big Timer's going to jump away. And Merc, they did a little bait and switch there, and it's going to cost them.
Look at that teamwork there. He just comes in, he's like, Merc come in, and then he even come back to challenge him. And Swanee was just left with too many targets to shoot at once. So now Excellence has to pull out something. Can he do it? 1 versus 2. He has Big Timer and Scump to try and take on. Doesn't have the bomb either. 40 seconds left to go, and they've actually backed out of A site.
And Excellence here. He does have the bomb. He's trying to be a hero. Has to take out. Well, he's got Big Timer and Scump up. He's going to try to get
doing there. He thinks someone's in that corner around that bomb site, so he actually just planted it out of their view. Waits to come around. He doesn't know he's about to be flanked. Unfortunately, he's determined that they're not behind him, and that could prove his downfall as they are now trying to close the net on him.
This is interesting. He's got to know that now that they're not there, that they're behind, and he might swoop back around here to try to stop them. They are going for the defuse. He's going to pick up 1. Can he pick up 2? Excellence versus Big Timer. Bomb is down 20 seconds. He's going to wait a little bit. Big Timer gets the kill, and he's going to get the defuse. Enough time on the clock. Optic Gaming going up 5-0. Valiant effort by Excellence, but not enough.
Cat and mouse there.
Yes.
At one point, it looked like they were just going to lock him in, and Excellence ended up doing it to them. It was good play from Excellence, but at the time, Big Timer just managed to get the shots down and took the kill. So this could even be a 6-0 by Optic now, and I wouldn't put it out of reach.
Oh no. I mean, yeah, look, we've seen plenty of people in all my days of commentating Call of Duty, have seen plenty of teams come back and search and destroy.
Yeah.
Even when it was only first to 4 back then, it's possible. People can do it. Prophecy, certainly a team that can make it happen, but however, Optic looking very strong as a team. You look at those stats. I mean, geez, Scump's 5-1. They're looking really good. Everybody really on the Optic squad is contributing towards the success of their 5-0 lead, and they're going to try to close it out, but Jake not allowing that to happen quite yet as he's going to take out Nate Shot. We're going to switch on with Optic, the offensive side. Excellence takes out Big Timer. Prophecy starting to come alive here as they are now in a 4v2 situation in favor of them. Jake takes out Scump, so Merc is all alone. Shots being fired. They are going to converge on him here shortly, and they know exactly where he's at. And I mean, it was just a matter of time.
In that sort of situation, clutching, it doesn't happen all that often simply because these top teams will just put the pressure on the right, but they'll wait. They're patient. Like, if they know where you are, then the battle's already half lost.
I mean, and he was in one of those situations.
No exit. He had a lot of trouble getting out of that. So it was, like you said, it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
Yes, and some would say you are ish out of luck there, my friend. So we're going to jump on with, well, Gunshy's on board already. He's going to be the objective carrier for this round, but he's got the sniper rifle out with the DSR. He's got to watch out for Nate Shot, who's got one. They did in the first round connect with Nate Shot. Nate Shot took out Gunshy, I should say. So let's see how it goes around this time. They're going to play this one slow again, trying to take it 1 round at a time to come back into this game.
Yeah, he's just watching Overwatch. He wants someone to come around that corner. They know there's actually games going on. And like I said, both teams, neither have picked up a kill yet. Jake is desperately trying to push on that A-bomb site, and Optic are just holding firm, so patient. Like, you want to come challenge us, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, when...
Awesome. I'm literally surrounded by leads.
Right, so I'm here with Hex, looks after Optic. Optic just won, so the boys seem like they're getting their rhythm back.
Yeah, it's all a matter of them just picking themselves up and talking to each other and just keeping themselves in the game. Sometimes when they're down, they tend to get a little bit quiet and they wait until they regain the lead for them to start talking again. But that's just an everyday thing, right? So they're used to coming back and then winning and then coming back and then doing it. So
They look like that. I mean, from what I've heard from everybody that's watching them, they seem to be sort of very quietly confident, getting into a stride, and look like they're capable of actually going all the way.
yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but every single time that Will, like big timer, would kill somebody, he doesn't get excited. He actually mocks the excitement of the other players, right? He's like, yeah, I killed someone, which is endearing to me and endearing to a lot of people because that's, so sometimes people go a little bit overboard with the celebrations. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but big timer's that cool, calm, and collected dude. Merck did an amazing job, so I always look at them to carry the team as far as the keeping them calm, keeping them grounded. Obviously, when you have an amazing player like Scumpy, and then obviously a huge clutch player like Nate Shot, because he comes through when we need him to. We need that grounded support, and that's what Big Timer and Merck's. I mean, Merck's been going off too, so I'm getting double the work from Merck, so that's awesome.
So, I mean, obviously you guys have got a history of being incredibly successful, and so you're talking about the individual roles that each of the guys play. Presumably, when they're on point and they're being as cohesive as possible, you pretty much become unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get back into that. We lost a little bit of. We got a little bit off track in the last couple of months, but now that we're back in it, we're back focused. I mean, I'm still going to wait until we're back in the house and really focusing on that. We've only had like 2 full weeks in the house, and even then, even now, when we get back from Gfinity, we're still not going to be all in the house. Scumpy's taking like a week off or 2 weeks to go back home to his mom and his friends. Will needed. Obviously, he just got out of high school. For him to make the transition of just going from high school to states away from his friends and family is tough. Usually people have that transition of they're at home, they go to college, and then there's a transition period. We didn't rip him out, but it's pretty much what happened. We just took him out of his comfort zone, put him in a house miles and miles away from his house. So he needs recreation back home.
Excellent. And obviously this is the first Gfinity event. How are you finding it?
I have to say that this is probably one of my favorite events that I've been to. I mean, I've been to every single MLG event, and obviously those are amazing. EGLs, UGCs, and all those. I mean, this one's an amazing. I mean, UMGs are cool, but this is just like above and beyond my expectations. Granted, London has loved me a little bit too much, and that obviously helps for me.
And you've loved it a little bit as well.
I've loved it a lot, I think. So yeah, I'm having a blast. Probably one of the best trips I've ever had in my life. Yeah.
That's great stuff. Thanks very much for joining us. So the Optic guys are on the roll. The green machine looks unstoppable. We'll see how they do. Hex will make sure they don't give up anyway. So we could be seeing a bit of a comeback. Whatever happens, the action's going to be going through the roof. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Back to you guys.
Welcome back. We just had a very interesting match with Excellency, who just played Excellence. I'm gonna go and give you that favor this time around. I'm gonna call you Excellence because you deserve it this time. Just play that game. Managed to drop that last possible moment. We were last man standing. Managed to get to Sally getting shut down on standoff map. The first time we've seen that map in this tournament. You're gonna have to go up against Ozone.
Yeah.
Or Ozone Giants after this. What do you think? You guys, right now you've dropped 2 games, 1-1. You need to win the next one. What do you think?
I played Giants at COD Championships. It was a 3-0 victory, so they've had a few upsets. They've not necessarily won games, but they've had like some close encounters. So we won't. I think we'll win. Yeah, I'm confident we can beat them and get that third spot in the group. Yeah.
I've been running the numbers as well regarding the results of Giants versus you guys. Right now, Giants have won 2 maps and dropped 6. So comparatively, you guys, you're actually looking up in this series when it comes to the overall numbers. Knowing how you performed in the past versus them, and knowing how the numbers are going right now, does that change anything?
Not the numbers, because they played the best 2 teams. They played Optic and Complexity, so
Right.
But we won't underestimate them. I'm confident we can win, but I guess just take one map at a time. Yeah.
We just saw standoff for the first time in the tournament, at least in that particular format, on Search and Destroy. Have you guys had enough time to actually put practice in on that particular map?
To be fair, we suck at that map. Like, we cannot hold A-bomb on defense, so we basically lose every time. And when we're like 5-0 down, we kind of I guess we gave up, but yeah, I guess we need to improve on it and hopefully not get it again.
Well, let's put it this way: if you lose the next game, you're going to go home, which is probably not the best of things. So no pressure on that one.
No, I think United's going home because top 4 go through.
Oh yeah, so it's best of 5.
Yeah,
so groups of 5.
We beat
yeah.
United,
No,
so
you're right.
Yeah, so I think if we beat Giants, we place 3rd. Yeah, and I think we'll get either TCM or Curse. I'm not sure who's winning that game, but we'll get TCM or Curse.
Yeah, last time I checked, TCM right now, not including this particular game, is there 6-0 in the series. I haven't checked just now, but they've been completely undefeated as of the games that have been played. I don't know how they're playing right now versus Curse. I don't know if you looked over their shoulder or not.
I've not seen Curse.
No, neither have I. So we'll go back to that very shortly with you guys. But if they're 6-0 right now, and they're confident they're going to go 9-0 in this series, like if you have to meet them immediately in the brackets, what do you think the chances are going to be?
They've been playing awesome this event, but we've played against them in I-Series. To be fair, we played against them at EGL, the pool play, and they beat us 3-0, but we weren't practicing at all. And
Even though this lineup's completely
I-Series, when like something was on the line, we beat them. I think it was 3-0 in the final. So we're confident. Marky B is an awesome player. He's been a new addition to the team instead of Jake. So I don't know. I guess we need to wait and see.
Cool. Nick, you seem stressed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that we lost.
I'm gonna let you go, and good luck versus Giants.
Thank you.
And good luck in the tournament. And we'll definitely see you back tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Excellence. I gave that one again. Not excellency. Excellence. As he says.
I deserve it, yeah.
I'm a convert. It's happened. It's happened. We'll be right back with you with more play-by-play in the next round, in round number 4 of the Call of Duty tournament here, Gfinity, the heart of London, United Kingdom. See you shortly.
Hello and welcome back to G1 here live in London. I am Bryce and I'm joined by the wonderful Rel.
Yeah, this is the first time we've actually cast together this
Yes,
event.
it is.
And I think we're doing one later today as well.
Yes,
we
are. We will be doing this again.
But yeah, we've got a great game here. It's Unite against Complexity. Complexity doing quite well at the moment. They've won 3-1, 3-1. Unite though.
Cool. Well, this is the thing we said at the start of the event, right? In my opinion, there were two teams to keep an eye on whether or not they were going to be good or not. Okay. And that was Curse and Unite. And you know what, it's nothing against Curse, but they've had a bad run recently. They've got Wonder now, but Wonder hasn't competed at a LAN event for a little while. So that was, it was an unknown quantity. Turns out he's lost none of his ability. So he's still good. The other one was Unite, kind of for the same reason. I mean, their initial lineup doesn't look as strong on paper. And Pasco hasn't competed for a long while. Now, Pasco, from what I've seen of him, is actually playing quite well. Yeah. But Unite, just not having a great series of games.
I mean, the problem is really for these teams is they're up against the best teams.
Yeah,
so
that exactly it is.
You know, it looks like United are doing
no
terrible.
Fire hotter than this one.
Exactly. It looks like United are doing bad, but the reality is they've been up against you know, two of the best teams in the world. So you've got to appreciate that. But they need to do something here because. The other people in their group that have yet to win a game include Giants, but they do have a round under their belt.
Exactly.
So
if it
they
comes
are
down to that tight.
Exactly. That'll be it for Unite. So it's going to be a Unite Complexity game. I mean, Complexity. What do you think of them? Obviously, the MLG champions.
These are the quintessential hype team. Clayster. If Clayster starts getting with their coach, Mr. X.
Oh, he is amazing.
The noise. They are a noise team, and you can feel it. And they're all just bouncing in the seats. They're ready to go. So if that starts happening, it's good night to Unite.
That Mr. X, by the way, what a guy. I mean, I've got to say, of all the coaches that I've seen, he's probably, I'll be a little bit biased, he's probably the best one I've seen.
Whoa. What about Swizz?
Well, Swizz is just that guy, isn't he?
To be no, I agree with what you mean. He does know what he's doing. I believe he's 7 times MLG champion himself.
Exactly. Well, this is it. He's got a lot of knowledge under his belt and he can bring the hype. But what was interesting with Swizz is, despite Swizz being the coach, Jake from Prophecy was coaching TCM. I'm not really sure what was going on.
You got to remember, Jake has a lot of history with that team.
Well, he's
all the way back from Flame Retardant, so he has been coaching them. So
he switches back and between TCM and Prof.
It's like he has two teams. Generally, he has 2 teams. But anyway, back onto the 2 teams we're talking about. Unite, like I said, they need to do something, even if it's just take a map, so it's a little bit more comfortable for them, because at the moment, they could be going home first.
Yeah, and you know, it's not going to be great news for them. I think when people looked at the two groups, a lot of people were saying it's going to be Giants and it's going to be AAA that get knocked out. Yep. Particularly Giants, that was everyone's obvious choice. Yep. They've been very, very underestimated.
I took a map off Optic. That was a shocker.
Yeah,
I watched that game.
You know, they're really good. They're genuinely a really good team, and they've surprised me.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to jump on board now. We're going on board with Complexity, and first of all, it is the man himself, Clayster. Let's see what he can do as he pushes in the hardpoint. First kill to him.
Clayster now sweeping around, dropping those trophy systems, and they are securing this hard point. They did go behind early on, but it's not going to matter too much. They've got a great position now on the map, and they're looking good to set up for the next spawn as well.
Yeah, most certainly so, and it looks like they are in. We're going on board with Axe actually. He's actually on a 3 streak at the moment. Crimsix picks up 3-0. Wow, what a play from Crimsix. Let's get on him. He seems to be on fire. Look at Complexity at the moment. They do seem to be just outslaying Unite all over the map as he tries to pick up another one there, gets something on. He has a Hellstorm as well, and he picks up this kill. Yes, Crimsix. At the moment, this looks like a whitewash.
Oh my goodness, he is a machine, honestly.
Speaking of machine, War Machine has just been activated. Crimsix is still going off now, holding this hub when he hasn't died in such a long time.
He is ridiculously good. A former, oh my goodness, a former Halo pro, moving on to Call of Duty now and proving his worth here. Currently on an 8-kill streak. All the score streaks are unlost. If there was an MVP so far, it would be him without a doubt. This is ridiculous.
They can't even tackle Crimsix. He's on his own in this middle bit, just holding it, saying, "You're not coming through me." However, it looked like he rotated back there. I think he was a little bit worried about the spawns. And the good right side of his face has actually got around the back.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Crimsix going off 10 for 0. He has died once, but look at that. 2 captures, 5 defends. He's on a 10-kill streak. He has a War Machine. He actually doubled up on the Hellstorm.
Yeah,
right there.
It's overlapped, exactly. Honestly, he has played phenomenal.
Him down.
Finally he dies. But he has played phenomenal every time we've seen him. And as we've said, full score streaks. They're way ahead on points. Looking really good for Complexity here.
This looks really bad for Unite. So we're actually going to have a look. Who's about to get into a gunfight there? Let's jump on board with Pascal. Like I said earlier, hasn't played competitive for a little while, but he used to be known as one of the best ARs in Europe.
Oh yeah, and he's been really hard on himself as well. When I've been speaking to him, he's saying he doesn't feel like he's playing to his full potential. But he's had some great games actually, and he does seem to be settling into this tournament.
He really does. Unfortunately, this may unsettle him, as they are just, like I said, it's being a bit of a whitewashers. They just got completely rolled out of that hardpoint. It wasn't even a contest. Yeah. It looks like Complexity are just shutting them down every single way. Crimsix is on the streak again. He's on a 4 streak. He's used his lightning strike. Now the War Machine is out as we jump back and forth with him. Oh, sit down, Lucky.
Wow.
Unfortunately, Crimsix is on fire in every sense of the word. 6 streak again from him. I think he's probably going to overlap Hellstormers once again. Just TP. This is.
It's unreal.
It is unreal.
But yeah, 6 kill streak under his belt, and this is complete domination here by Complexity. Unite just not putting up a chance at all. And I was going to say, Unite were in a great position, near that rubble spawn. But they lost it, and they could have set up well for the garage, and they blew it, and they needed to hold that. They're so far behind.
Since he jumped back on board with Pascal, he picks up 1 kill, does get challenged. Fortunately, his teammate, I think, saved it. I think it was his teammate who actually challenged him there and put a few bullets in him, so he has actually backed off. And they are in a position, but they don't have as much control as they would like, I believe. They're not getting the right spawn. They're having to back up into the alley as Complexity come through. Aches picks up 2. And all the slaying, let's have a look at the score now, because all the slaying is going in favour of Complexity. Look at that, Cole Crimsix 18-3.
That's phenomenal. And I mean, Aches, we're kind of overlooking everybody else in Complexity. Aches is having a great game as well. He's pretty much double positive. Crimsix just dominating the kill feed once again there. And
he really is. Like I said, Unite need to just sort of dig in and not take this loss to heart, because if they do, Complexity will just stomp all over them. So they need to just find their form at the moment and try and get back into this game. It's almost an impossible battle right now, because Complexity just look like they're having fun.
Oh sure, I mean, don't get me wrong, Unite aren't out of this just yet, but they're way behind against the MLG champions at the moment, and Complexity are just looking unstoppable in this tournament so far. They're really going to contest that top 3 position as we go into the knockout stages tomorrow, because let's face it, they've guaranteed their position in that top 8.
Oh, they most certainly have. And now, funny enough, Lucky was on a 4 streak there, but he actually picking up with Cole 8 for his 4 streak. So we are on board with 8s now as he tries to push on this hard point a little bit. He doesn't really have the support he would like, and now the team are coming in. The Sours actually starts picking up some kills to try and make this as Lucky picks up a kill as well. Unite actually starting to fight back and get into this. Sour picks up another 2-piece. Let's jump on board with him.
Yeah, well, finally we're seeing Unite getting into this a little bit. Don't get me wrong, they're still over 100 points behind, but they are dominating this hard point, and they're in a great position as well to set up for the next one. Complexity, though, do take control. You know what's really funny about this? Is that Clayster used to play for Unite.
He's taking too long to get away. He's going to get up into
Oh, the target line going to turn on it.